text is another beautiful way of writing some things. Now, the way I use text, if I am doing a video and I am talking, a lot of people already know that I make a lot of blunders when I'm filming. I want to pronounce something and I pronounce it a wrong way. Now, I can just come here and type the right spelling of that thing. I can just do something like this and say thing. Okay, and I say okay. Now, this is where it appears. It comes out like this. Now, if I put this text here like this, it's swallowed up with all the busy things that's happening in the background of this video. So because I want my subscribers to actually see that I am trying to correct something or I'm providing an information on that video, what I would do is I put some elements that's going to make that video visible. Number one, do I want that text to be too big? No, I want it to be of moderate size. Now it is the right size that I want. What next do I do? I provide a background for that text. Now, if you look on the right side of my screen, you will see a capital A and a small a. That is where you can change the font of the text. Okay. Now, if I want to italicize it, I can click on anyone, click OK, and this is what it looks like. Okay. Now that I've changed that, if I want to now bring in, like, if I want to introduce the text, I don't want it to just appear like this. Look at what I'm talking about. Play this. You see the text just dropped, boom. But I don't want it to just drop like that. So what do? I click on that text in the editing pane, and then I click on in animation. Now, what does in animation mean? It's asking you, how do you want this text to appear or be introduced in this video? Do you want it to fade like this? See, it's fading. Do you want it to fade like this? Do you want it to just pop like this? Boom, just came like that, boom. Do you want it to slide from the right? See, it's coming from the right. Or do you want it to slide from the left? It's coming from the left. Do you want it to come from up? Or do you want it to drop from down? Do you want it to come like this, clockwise? Or do you want it to go counterclockwise? That's the other way. Do you want it to drop? Boom. See the way it just dropped? Boom. Do you want it to scale up, like from small to big? Or do you want it to scale down from big to small? Do you want it to converge, just come and align in one spot? Or do you want it letter by letter? A lot of YouTubers use this particular style. So there are just so many of them that you can play with. The popular ones that I love using is sliding from the right and fading. Those are the ones I enjoy using all the time. But let's try something different. Let's do letter by letter and click OK. Now, the text is gaining flesh, and blood, but I still am not comfortable because there's a lot of artworks going on in the background of this video, and this text is almost invisible. I want people to see that text. So what do? I create a background for it. Click on that, and if you scroll up, you will see it there, background color. Click on background. Okay. Now, do you want this background to be short like this, or do you want it to be full length background? I don't want it to be full length background. So I'm going to unmark it. Okay. Now, do I want the text to have shadow? I don't want it to have shadow. If you notice, the white has changed, but there's a shadow there now. Remove the shadow. I'm putting it back. Can you see the difference? The difference is not really much. I think I have to increase the text, the font size of the text, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, let's remove the shadow now. See, it is now an ordinary text. Let's put the shadow again. It's looking more beautiful. Okay. Do I want the text to have an outline? Nah, I don't want. So I remove the outline. Now, this outline, you're not seeing it because the color is harsh. So let's change the color. Let's make the outline red. Then you would really see what I'm talking about. Can you see the outline? The outline is looking red. If you want to remove it, unmark it. Now, let's add that outline and then let's add a glow. Do you want the text to glow? Well, the glow is not showing because the color is not really bright. So let's add a sharper color. I'm using this burnt orange. I've added the glow, but it's looking too flashy for me, so I'm removing the glow. And let me also remove the outline. Okay, but if I want to put the outline, I can put the outline. Now for the background color, let's click on that black space there. If you notice, the background color is looking transparent. Yeah, that's because the transparency has been reduced, or the bold color has been reduced. So let's increase it and make it bolder. Can you see the difference? The text is now showing very well. Reduce it now. Let's reduce it and put it somewhere. Reduce it and put it here. So that is the text. But if I am not satisfied with how it looks, I can still play with it, manipulate it, just click on the text itself, scroll up, go back into the background and reduce the opacity. Opacity is like reducing the thickness of the background. Put it down to 50, and that is what it looks like. So let's play this now, and you'll see all these effects that we did. You see how it comes into play. Now, if you notice, the text is short. So if you want this text to show from the beginning to the end of your video, you have to extend it. To extend it, you have to click on it in the editing pane and stretch it. The fact that you have stretched it like this, it means that it's going to be there till the end of your video. And that's what you use text for. Now for handwriting, this one called handwriting, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite because let's say, for instance, now there is something, maybe I post a picture or something, and I don't like a part of that picture, then I use it. Let me give you guys an example. Let's go back into layers, go into media. Let me look for something. Go to screenshots, click on, okay, this is perfect. So this is a picture of Omomi's MTN Yellow Star. Let me move it to this side of my screen. Now, because maybe, let's say for instance, I don't want to show MTN and I'm looking for a way to wipe off MTN's logo. This is what I will do. I will click on layers, click on handwriting. The yellow that I picked is there, okay? And click on the pen and wipe. Guys, can you see now? You can't even notice that I even removed any logo in there. It completely looks innocent. It didn't even look as if Glory even did anything. Now that's the beauty of handwriting. You can save it and leave it there. The picture is too big for you. You reduce the picture, reduce it for somewhere convenient and drop it. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed something. The moment I moved that picture, see, handwriting is still there. Picture is on another corner. So what you can do is select it and move it. Move it and go and put it to the place where you want to use it, and possibly reduce it because you've also reduced the picture. Okay. So this is how it works. This is just an example of how you can use handwriting. There are so many ways you can use Kinemaster to produce a very beautiful, eye-catchy video. And there's a lot of work that you would do at the back end, but people will not know at the end of the day by the time you release that video, because what they will see is the finished product. Okay, so I'm going to delete all of this now. And let's talk about the audio. Now, audio that you see on Kinemaster is as a result of the amount of songs you have on your own phone playlist. Okay, as I told you guys earlier, I have like a lot of different folders on my phone. And for the sake of YouTube, I went on to YouTube's audio library and I downloaded a lot of tracks from there that I love, that I would love to use for my videos. And I created a folder on my phone calling it YouTube soundtrack. Okay. So whatever I want to do is when I want to upload a video, when I want to edit a video, I click on that folder and some of the songs that I downloaded, they are there. So let's say for this particular video, I like this particular song. I select it, click OK, and then I showed you guys how to increase the volume before. Click on the audio, click on that speaker thing there. That is for you to control the sound. Click OK. Now, because I am talking inside this video and the song is playing and I don't want it to be noisy, what I can do is I want people to hear my own voice in the video. So what do? I increase the volume of my own video, and then I reduce the volume of the audio that I want to use as a background music. Guys, these things are very loud. That's one thing I noticed. These things are extremely loud. So if you reduce it to 82, it is still noisy. You need to reduce it depending on the audio and the sound also of the song you're using. Reduce it to something like, let's say 15, click OK and play. Now, as you can notice, this song is a very, very, very low song. So it means we need to now increase it a bit, the audio. Let's do like 31 and see how it is. Now, it is still low. It is still low because the song I chose has a very, very low sound level. So let's now increase it to maybe 50 and see what's going to happen. Or 53. This thing can be hard to control sometimes. Now, guys, it is playing, and this is how it should be. This is how it should be. If your audio, your talking audio is high, your background music should be considerably low. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where the YouTube content creator is talking in the video and the background music is so loud. So it's as if there's a competition for which audio should be loudest. I used to make that mistake, yeah. And some of my audience, they used to complain, Glory, your background music is too loud. So I had to work on it by myself as well. And that was how I was able to create that balance. So whatever music I am choosing for my background sound, if it is too loud, I reduce it to as little as 9 and it is still loud. It is still loud. Now, let me play the one that I normally use for all my videos. That thing is loud, very loud. So it is very loud. And look, the volume is only at 100 though. See, it's very loud. It is very loud. So what I normally do is I reduce it to number 9 all the way from 100. I reduce it to 9. People will not believe. See. Now, the reason why I reduce it to 9 is because I am aware of the fact that a lot of people that watch my videos, they're in the office, they're at their places of business, or maybe somewhere where there's a crowd, or maybe they have people, or maybe they're in the comfort of their homes. So a lot of the people that listen to my videos, they use earpiece or headphone, So what I try to do is I try to make my background music as calm and soothing and not too loud as much as possible, so that they are not complaining of ear pain, ear ache. Oh my God, Glory's music is so noisy, or Glory's video is so noisy. I don't want them to complain. Okay. So that is why. And look at this song that I use. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing. This part of this audio is low, while this part of this audio is loud. Look at the sound waves. This sound wave is very low. This sound wave is very high. What that means is this is only the intro of the song. So when you play the intro of the song, normally the intro of the song will be low, right? But when it gets to the song proper, it becomes loud. Let's experiment this. So as I was saying, that is why I normally reduce my audio to number 9, because the essence of using a background music in your video is to accompany the ambience, to create the ambience of your videos, but not to compete with the ambience. Every YouTube content creator should understand that. The essence of having a background music in your video is to accompany and provide a suitable ambience depending on what the content of that video is, but not to compete with the content of your video. The moment it starts competing with your video, it creates noise, and people don't like noise. So people that come onto YouTube to watch videos, they would rather watch videos that have very low noise capacity but have synergy. They would rather watch videos that have synergy than videos that have too many things happening at the same time. Okay, even people that have the best and the best most edited videos, when there's too much effects, there's too much action film, too much everything going on, people get distracted, people get tired, and they just want to watch a video that doesn't have too much of everything. Okay, so that is what it is. And then for voice, let's now say, for instance, I have this video and the video is playing already. And let's say I don't like what I am saying in the video, and instead I would like to create a voiceover. What they call a voiceover is, when somebody is doing something in the video and then the person is explaining what they are doing, in the audio of the video. That's like a voiceover. Let's say I want to create a voiceover. What I do is I mute or reduce the sound of this video. See, you can't hear anything, but you can hear the background music. So what I can do is I can now record. Although I have tried recording on this cracked version of Kinemaster before and I couldn't. So what I normally do is I use my phone to record, and then I save it on my phone, and then I copy it and I add it on here. But let's try and see if this one is going to work. Hey guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Elijah and this is Frankly Speaking with Glory. So today I went to the Lekki Arts and Craft Market. Watch out. Okay, so I have recorded. Oh, this one worked today. Hallelujah. So let's listen and see if it actually worked. Let me increase the volume. So guys, as you can see, this is what happened. I tried it before. It did not work for me. I'm going to try and work around it again. And if it finally works, of course, I'm going to inform all of you guys. But basically, this is what that voice thing is supposed to do for you. Okay. If you do not want the audio in your video to play out, you can use that voice option to create another voiceover for your video. This thing is supposed to play out, but it's not working for me. I hope we got the drift. Okay, this is it. So the beauty of Kinemaster is you can basically do a lot of things on the app as it is in front of you. Okay, now let's move on to these other actions. If you finish editing this video now, oh, I forgot to talk to you guys about cutting the video. Okay, now look at this video now. Let's say I don't like this part of the video. Let's say I don't like this part of the video and I want to cut it out. I want to cut it out. So I play the video first. I pause it. I click on the video and then I click on this scissors. This scissors is to cut the video. Now, if you click on trim to left, this trim to left is going to delete that entire part of the video. And I don't want that to happen. I'm reversing that action right now. It brings back the part that I cut. So I'm going back to the place I want to cut. Let's say this is the part I want to cut. Click on that, click on the scissors, and let's say I want to cut this short part. I click on trim to the right. Now that part is gone. But let's say I don't want to cut the video at all, and I just want to, divide the video into two. Reverse, and you click split at playhead. I have divided the video into two. Now, let's say the reason why I divided this video into two is because I want to put something in between the clips. I can go to media, the main media. Now, if you notice, I'm not going to the layer media because I want to actually put something in between these two clips that I cut. Okay, so I'm going to the main media. That was what I did. It's not magic. It's all here on Kinemaster. Okay. So now let's reverse all those magic nonsense I did. Reverse. My video is back to life again. Okay. Now, you're going back to that stream and split or cut and paste or whatever. Okay. Do you know that you can actually divide your video into 3 or 2 or 4 or whatever, and then you can exchange the positions of the clips in that same video? Let's practicalize it. I cut this part of the video into 2. Yes, I cut it. And now cut this part of this video again into 2. Now I've done that. I want to move this part to this part. I want to do cut and paste. This is what you do. You click on the one you want to cut, hold it, it's going to lift. You carry it and put it on this white thing. As you can see, this video's position has changed. Let me go back. Let's do that again. I'm cutting this video into 2. I'm not deleting any parts. Now, I'm going to lift this small part and put it in the middle of these 2 clips. Okay? Now, hold it or click on it. If you notice, when I click on it and it's lifted, you'll notice there is a movement. See? Can you notice that this part that used to be white has faded off? That's because that clip has been lifted off. Okay? So let's do it again. Click, hold, lift, drag it, and put it there. It is now there. So how can you use that? What's the benefit of using that? Let's say you're editing a video and there's an information you're supposed to say at the beginning and you said that information at the end. This is how you can do it. You can cut that information from the end, drag it, and put it at the beginning.